All right, let's check out some of these topics that we're following here on the program. So we got a shutdown, and the Democrats created this. That's why I call it the Schumer shutdown. All of us call it the Schumer shutdown. And, of course, SNAP benefits end today. And two judges are now claiming that the Trump administration must use emergency funds, contingency funds, to fund this program. The president says he's looking for more instructions, trying to do it. The ag secretary says it can't be done. We'll see if it can be done. Some states like Louisiana are stepping in and paying these benefits from reserve funds in our state. So it's a mess. This whole thing is a mess. And it was created by the Democrats. And I'll tell you one thing, folks, this is a situation that screams out ending the filibuster, right? That's what the president wants to do. Get rid of the filibuster. Now, that would allow the Republicans having the majority to do this on their own. It would allow the Republicans to pass a clean CR, fund SNAP, get the government rolling again. There's a reluctance to do it, and I understand why, because if the Democrats take control, they will utilize this to ram down crazy legislation in the future. So the goal is just not to let the Democrats take control again, because they're left-wing lunatics, most of them, except a guy named John Fetterman. Other than John Fetterman, they all seem to be extremely left-wing. We've also got, if you're traveling, I feel for you over these next few weeks until the shutdown is done. We've got delays like crazy. We got air traffic controllers working for free. We got people throughout government working for free because of this Schumer shutdown. And it's a mess throughout the country. We were going to use this as an opportunity to trim jobs from the federal bureaucracy. A federal judge said the president can't do it. Do you notice a pattern here? Judges are trying to tell the Trump administration what they can and cannot do. Democrats, if they can't win at the ballot box, they run to the judges to try to get their agenda through. That is judicial tyranny. Okay, that is not a constitutional republic. And that is what we're fighting here as well. All right, let's go overseas to Nigeria. The president is calling out the slaughter of Christians there, saying that Christians will be protected. This is going to be getting the utmost attention from the United States government. This has been going on for a long time. I applaud the president for calling out persecution of Christians, which seems to be the most persecuted of the folks of religious faith throughout the world today. And the Christians being slaughtered in many countries, but in Nigeria it seems to be the worst. So I'm glad this is getting the attention and the focus of this administration so that something can be done to protect Christians in Nigeria. Hey, this past week we had cackling Kamala go on her book tour, going on every podcast she can, yelling and screaming, using profanity, and calling it the closest election ever. My last column that I wrote, I'm pleading with her to please run again. It would be great for the Republicans. But one of her quote-unquote brilliant ideas is to lower the voting age to 16. All right? She seems to think this will help the Democrats. Illegals voting, help the Democrats. 16-year-olds voting, help the Democrats. Although I'm finding a lot more young people, Turning Point, et cetera, with the work they're doing, are moving toward the Republican Party. So this might not be a brilliant plan. For the record, I'm not in favor of this, okay? I'm not in favor of lowering the voting age to 16. I think it's a terrible idea. But, of course, that's one that Kamala Harris is pushing. Hey, this week also Senator Ted Cruz spoke out against a Judge Boasberg who signed off on all the Arctic frost abuse, the spying on Republican senators and organizations tied to Republicans, this whole J6 witch hunt. Jack Smith was at the center of all this. Everything they wanted to do as far as spying on Republicans, this judge authorized. We know from his actions during the Trump investigations that he is very anti-Trump, anti-MAGA, anti-Republican. I think Senator Cruz is right. He should be impeached. Anybody with their fingerprints on this corrupt Arctic frost investigation needs to themselves be investigated. It's time for the Republicans to play hardball here with these people that are obviously misusing the levers of power in our government to go after Republicans, conservatives, MAGA supporters, Trump supporters. DOJ, okay, we need more indictments and investigations. This is what needs to be done to prevent this from happening again. If they don't pay any consequences for this, they're going to do it again. It's so bad for Republican and Trump supporters and MAGA supporters and key officials in the Trump administration that they are now, we've got several of them living on military bases. One of those is Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Another one, according to reports, is Secretary of State Marco Rubio. So you've got a number of Trump administration officials because of threats against them, and we've seen left-wing violence spike like crazy since Trump was elected for the second time. They're now having to live on military bases for the protection of themselves and their family. That is what the left is doing in our country today. And finally, another woke judge struck down another great idea of the president, and that is to force a proof of citizenship for a federal voter registration. Why the left wants non-citizens to vote? Because they think it's going to help them with their political power. The president tried to bring about integrity in elections to make sure that illegals can't vote. Left-wing judges don't want that. Left-wing judges want illegals to vote, want 16-year-olds to vote, want Puerto Rico to be a state or Washington, D.C. to be a state, not to help any of those people, but to just increase their political power, which is what it always is all about.